Hey friends, hey, guess who it is? It's me. I did it. I'm here. I made it. Hey friends, hey, I am Kenesha B. McIntosh, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Whoop, whoop. I'm excited because I stopped procrastinating and I got this done. And I'm super duper excited to be here. I'm happy that you're here with me. Thank you for your love and support in advance. Welcome. Okay, and the purpose of my channel is to provide you all of me, the most motivating content that I can share, all of the knowledge that I have, tips and tricks to entrepreneurship, to life, to love, sharing my wins and my losses, helping you define a beautiful life, helping you define a successful life, and sharing my journey, because that's just all that I can do, right? Spreading light and love always. That's my thing. All right, guys, so I am so nervous. Let's just get that out the way. Lord knows I'm nervous about this, but you know what? Stepping out on faith, and I'm not allowing fear to stop me. So here we are in this moment together, and I'm just proud to be here. I've been grappling, there we go, with this concept of the first video, what that would look like, how was I supposed to do this, messing with the set behind me a lot, just all in my head. And I said, just go, because the people are going to love it. So here I am, first video of 2018, the third week of the year, and I just feel great. And I just want to talk to you about a few things today, about a few concepts that I will be focusing on for 2018. I guess that's where, focusing. And so the first thing is definition, right? Defining all areas of my life, helping you to define all areas of your life and seeing what that looks like. Because I believe that when you define your life, when you define what success is to you, you live a more fulfilling life. When you're not worried about stereotypes or fitting into a norm or competing with anybody else, and defining what it is that that truly makes you happy, that is how you live a more enjoyable life. Now, I won't be perfect. I can't talk about perfection, but I will say that it'll be worth it. That's the goal. Okay, the second thing is I just want to spread light and love continuously in 2018. That's what I was doing last year. That's what I'm doing this year. I'm just taking it up another notch. Third thing, I am leveling up in all areas, okay? I'm leveling up in my finances. I'm leveling up in education. I'm leveling up in my business, my personal life, my spiritual life, all areas. This is a level up of everything, all aspects of life this year. And the fourth concept is about balance. Finding balance in all things, because when we are in balance, it's really, really hard to concentrate and focus on ourselves. It's really difficult to be successful. It makes things harder. And that's the theme for this video today, is finding balance. And in three areas that I think are super duper important to focus on in 2018 and beyond. The first is balance between being in the present tense and being in the future tense. And it's difficult because there's so much going on. We have so much noise in our heads, which is why it's super important sometimes, a lot of times, to stop and listen and be present, right? So the balance for me comes between being a forward thinker, planning 10 steps ahead of my 10 steps so I never fall behind, but also being in the moment and being present and allowing myself to be still. And this is how I do it. I meditate. Meditating for me is one of the most relaxing things that I could do. And not only that, it's one of the things that remind me to be present and be still, right? And maybe meditating is different for everybody. I know it is. But maybe it's not meditating that's your thing. Maybe it is just sitting still. Maybe it is getting up in the morning time and doing nothing. Maybe it is listening to your favorite song. Maybe it is watching your favorite video. Whatever it looks like to you, remind yourself to take a moment to be still. Because being still is one of the things that we can do to constantly be present, right? And a lot of times we have so many thoughts in our heads about what happens next and in the future and step B and all these other things. But we have to focus on being where we are, right? And it's important to do so. But at the same time, finding that balance and saying, all right, now don't stay content. Don't be just still all the time, right? You can't be stagnant. That is it. Don't be stagnant. You have to continue to grow. You have to continue to go. So with being present comes planning, right? Present and planning. You have to plan for the future. You have to have a plan of where you're going next or where you want to go. And, not in every case, sometimes it's good to go with the flow of life, But you should always have an idea of what's next for you, because that's what makes you a forward thinker. That's what helps you prepare as much as you possibly can for the future. So that's the balance right there, right? Being still and in the moment, but at the same time being a forward thinker and always having a plan, okay? Let's move on to the next part. Disciplined and lenient. When we set goals, we are so driven and determined to be disciplined, and it's amazing. It's good. You should be consistent. You should be disciplined. However, because there's a but here, however, you're human. You mess up, and it's okay. It's actually beautiful. We are so imperfect that we are perfection, right? You are perfectly created just how you are, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the amazing part. So when it comes to being disciplined, you should be consistent. You should have a goal, and you should execute that as much as possible, right? You should plan out or have many goals that lead up to your major goal, because that's how you crush goals. But at the same time, understanding that treat days are there for a reason. Understand that you mess up. Understand that you don't always hit the goal, and you don't always hit the mark. And understanding that every part of that comes with being human, and it's perfect. It is amazing, okay? Because one, what it does is inspire you to get right back on track. Two, it allows you to hold yourself accountable, right? Falling off is saying, you know what, I messed up yesterday, but today's going to be better, right? And three, it allows you to figure out where you can improve. It highlights areas of improvement for you. So being lenient with yourself, giving yourself time and space to mess up because you're human, but at the same time finding the balance between, finding the balance of being disciplined and being consistent and executing all that you set out to do, right? So that's the second form of balance we're going to look for this year. And the last form of balance is being selfish and being selfless. And 2017 was huge when it came to self-care for me. I don't know about you, but I practiced a lot of self-care last year, and I'm not going to stop this year. Actually, I'm going to level up. But being selfless sometimes makes you feel guilty. It makes you feel like, why am I doing this? Like, I got to tell people, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to make anybody feel bad. Yeah, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, honestly, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually amazing. When you come to a point where you have to be unapologetic about what it is that you want and who it is that you are, you will find a great space there that allows you to be selfish and be okay with it. It is an amazing feeling to be selfish, right? Because we have to learn to pour into ourselves so much that we overflow in abundance onto others. You can't overflow if you're empty. No, that doesn't make any sense. So, practice self-care as much as possible. Do the things that light your soul on fire. That is my goal. That is what I aim to do, okay? My thing is, I like ice cream. I like cake. I like cookies. I like Chick-fil-A. So anytime I feel like I need to pour into myself, I treat myself with one of those. Now, I try not to do it in abundance, but sometimes it just gets me. And I love it. I'm not going to stop doing that because that's what makes me happy. Traveling makes me happy. You know, dancing. I have dance parties that make me happy. Finding the things that you're passionate about, the things that motivate you most are the things that are going to help you pour into yourself, the things that are going to fill you up so that you can overflow. Now, that's being selfish. Then we move over to being selfless, right? Giving to others. Adding value to people's lives just because you can. It's so important, and it's free. It is free to do. That is the beautiful part about it, okay? So with saying no to one thing means saying yes to another. At the same time, being able to be like, you know what, I'm just going to do this because I can. I'm going to volunteer because it makes me feel good. I'm going to mentor somebody else. I'm going to create YouTube videos because that's what makes me happy, right? That is the balance between, you know, eating Chick-fil-A yesterday and, or eating Chick-fil-A on Saturday and making a video for you on Monday, right? That's my balance right there. The more that I pour into myself, the more that I can pour into you. Okay, so let's recap real quick. So we're finding balance between the future and the present tenses. We're finding balance between being disciplined and lenient with ourselves. We're also finding balance between being selfish and selfless in 2018. So let's focus on those three things. And there's so much more to come. Don't worry, I'll be pouring into you a little bit more. And the overall goal in finding balance is to find what feels good to you, okay? Not what makes anybody else feel good, not what other people says feel good, not what another person says feels good, but finding what feels good to you, creating that space where you feel okay about what it is that you're doing, and that you're not allowing any outside factors to influence what feels good to you, to influence the balance in your life. You get what I'm saying? It is super duper important to find what feels good to you, because that is the only way to be successful at creating balance. And I want to leave you with this. So I will try my best to give you an affirmation for every theme, for every video, right? So the balance affirmation is, I am balanced in all areas of my life. And if you repeatedly say that to yourself, you will not feel off. And I know a lot of times, sometimes we have those days where they're not the best. And we affirm for ourselves like, oh, I'm feeling off today. Oh, today's an off day. And putting those negative words out there doesn't help the situation at all, right? We have to learn to affirm the positives in our life. We have to learn to use those words to speak greatness over our days, and just believing that the universe wants what's best for us, okay? So again, the affirmation is, I am balanced in all areas of my life. And say that to yourself. Mean it too. Write it down, okay? Make it real for who you are. Make it real for your life. I am balanced in all areas of my life. And I'm going to keep repeating that for you, because I think it is an amazing way to find balance in your life. Okay? I have a quote for you. Who loves quotes? I do. They are amazing, okay? And this one is by Thomas Merton, who says, happiness is not a matter of intensity, but of balance, order, rhythm, and harmony. That is the quote. And I think that is perfect to describe what balance we'll find in 2018, right? We need to find balance in order, in a rhythm, in a harmony, and finding what feels good for you. That's the goal, y'all. That is what balance is all about. I think that's it. I think I feel good about this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with more, sharing myself with you, dropping the links to connect with me on social media, my Facebook and Instagram, Kenesha B. McIntosh, my website, www.keneshamacintosh.com. And yeah, check me out on LinkedIn too, Kenesha McIntosh there. I'm just excited, guys. I'm excited about this YouTube channel. I'm excited about you joining me on my journey. Check out my YouTube every Monday for a new video. I will be dropping it, and I'll be traveling all over the place, so I'm excited about all of this. And last but not least, just spreading light and love always, right? Giving you all that I have and all that I am, and hoping that you have an amazing week. Also, another thing, I'm going to be answering your questions. Yes, we're doing questions. I'm so excited about that. Make sure you email ask@KeneshaMcIntosh.com so that I can incorporate what you want to hear and what you want to know into these videos, and it's going to be amazing, and I'm super duper excited about it. Leaving you with this. Just have a great week. Be so filled with light and love that you overflow onto everybody that you encounter. That's my wish for you. I'm out. Have a good one.